12 types of wealth. Hello, the global thought followers. Today we will show you that not all wealthy people are the same as you might think. Not all wealth is created or spent in the same way. Today we are talking about the 12 types of wealthy people. Let's get started. 1. Newly rich, fresh money. These people are not even considered new rich. They belong to the group of suddenly acquired fresh money. They did not expect to become wealthy so early. They caught a rising wave or struck it rich in an emerging sector. They struggle to manage their money because their financial intelligence has not had time to mature. They are often showy. They buy only liabilities, like luxury cars and bags. But they do not have an investment portfolio to support these purchases. They typically flaunt their newly found wealth excessively. They buy foolish things and are likely to consume it all quite quickly. They live with the mentality of, "I'll earn it again." They assume that whatever made them rich will always be there. Sooner or later, they either make a mistake and the tap runs dry, or the wave changes and they fail to adapt. 2. Real estate tycoons. Most people who claim to be real estate tycoons are not actually wealthy yet. Technically, they will be in 30 years, but not right now. These are typically real estate agents with a bit more ambition and a desire for growth. They use the money they earn from their daily jobs as a down payment for their next property. They talk about their constant cash flow, how they acquired this new property, how they forced its value to increase, and how they know someone who already owns over 10,000 properties. To be honest, they are often the nicest people you can encounter. They are not flashy, they are super disciplined, and they know they are playing a long game. Most live below their means. They will eventually become wealthy when they manage to sell or mature their property portfolios. 3. Wealthy hedge fund and stock market traders. These are somewhat strange and high-energy types. Day traders live with the green-red lines on their screens. Those on the fund side are under much higher stress. Even their annual bonuses are enough to make them millionaires. But this stress takes a significant toll on their lives. They spend wildly to feel alive. In our experience, people working with funds are the most stressed. They work the longest hours and constantly worry about messing everything up. That's why they artificially boost their energy with chemicals and spend as much money as they can to feel alive. The royal family rich. They are the definition of old money. Contrary to popular belief, they are often very polite, measured, and modest. Despite having unique levels of wealth, they carry the burden of not embarrassing their families, which makes them much more reserved. If you don't look closely, you might miss that they come from such wealth. They usually have diplomatic limousines and assistants who follow them everywhere. Although they are always well-dressed, they do not draw attention to themselves. 5. Technology tycoons. These are usually genius, introverted, and technology enthusiast, geek types. They have become wealthy by developing an idea and securing investment, or by selling a company. They avoid ostentation, but love efficiency. They spend large amounts of money on coaches and mentors to improve themselves. Famous rich people. This includes TV, movies, the entertainment industry, athletes, and similar figures. Famous rich people are often first-generation wealth. They have made a big splash with a single project and try to hold on to that fame because their incredibly expensive lifestyles demand it. And you know, most people don't like frugal celebrities because they want them to be inspiring, always looking beautiful and glamorous. This often leads to the biggest downfall for many. The price of fame is usually very high, and most famous rich people get caught up in the expense whirlpool, the yes sir people, and the spotlight. Those who are more balanced are not as arrogant as people think. Their time is just really very expensive, and we can understand why some people struggle to connect with them. What you need to understand is that most of them are racing against time. Fame could come and go just as quickly, and they have to make sure they make this opportunity last. 8. Rich kids. These are the children of everyone else we've mentioned on this list. The parents made many sacrifices while rising, and the result was an incredible life. The children do not have to worry about money. Every basic expense is covered. They have no other deficiencies because their parents are still managing the family empire. The children often feel disconnected. When you have to give every hour of your life to build and maintain an empire, parenting suffers. Based on our experiences, Foundation Fund kids can be clearly divided into two distinct groups. The first is an incredibly arrogant and entitled type who believes everything should be served to them on a silver platter, because that has been their life experience so far. The second group is much more relaxed and deeply aware of the struggles their parents have faced. They see themselves as responsible for taking over their parents' efforts, carrying the torch, and ultimately allowing them to rest. Unexplained riches. They cannot explain the source of their wealth because it involves illegal or shady dealings. They leave no trace on paper. In recent years, they have been trying to clean up their image by investing in legitimate businesses. They know the corruption system in the world better than anyone. 10. The unrecognizable rich, secret wealthy. You would never realize they're wealthy. They live in the same house, have a middle-class car, and don't wear flashy watches. In fact, they're the complete opposite of the just rich type. They have accumulated their wealth through smart and consistent investments throughout their lives. They live below their means and indulge themselves only by purchasing quality products. They rarely care about how big the logo is. They could be your next-door neighbors, and you wouldn't understand because their bank accounts don't reflect their lifestyle as you might think. Among everyone on this list, they are truly the happiest. Those who have luck on their side. They're the ones who bet all their assets in a single move, through crypto, poker, or marriage, and win. Due to their lack of discipline, they often cannot keep this money for long. Those who marry the rich are also a subtype of this category. 12. Motivational speakers of the rich. This last category is by far the least wealthy on our list. They earn their fortunes by selling others the dream of becoming rich, with an almost predatory mindset. They promise a surefire way to make millions if you just attend their $10,000 seminars. They are always selling a new system and jump on the latest trend to repackage the same model filled with worthless promises. They sell the idea of becoming rich. In fact, a certain rich dad claimed that he made his fortune not from real estate as he alleged, but from book sales. However, once the book money came in, he was able to do what he promised. And he is not alone. And that doesn't mean what they offer isn't valuable. It just doesn't mean everything. Our advice is, if you're going to pay for information, make sure you're developing a valuable skill from it. Otherwise, you'll be left with just a nice plaque filled with brochures and confetti. Bonus: they will be rich soon. This group consists of you who are disciplined, focused, and invest in your financial education. You rely on the fundamentals and do not fall for get-rich-quick traps. You strive to improve yourself every day, and we will always work to support you. If you have followed along this far, you can support us by liking the video and subscribing to our The Global Thought channel. See you in the next video. Goodbye.